right, guys, I want you to figure out how much you're gonna charge per student to live in your houses, duplexes, triplexes, or apartment buildings, because that's the key. Everybody wants to know, how do I know how much money I'm making? So remember, I've told you guys in the past, you wanna make at least $150 to $200 net cash flow per bedroom, not per house, per bedroom. But here's how I figure out what to charge my tenants. And you can Google this, you can call into your university. There's so many ways you can get this information. My most favorite is I call the campus and I just say, hey, I've got a kid going to college next year or the year after, and I'm just curious, what can I expect to pay for my kid to live in the dorms? Okay, that's how we're basing our entire rental rate is on the dorms. So in my area, they pay $8,200 for 2 semesters. So make sure you know what it is for 2 semesters, not just one. And make sure it doesn't include their food, because we're not covering their food when they live with us. Okay, so here's the numbers. $8,200 for 2 semesters, and I divide that by 12. Yes, because I run a 12-month lease. Okay, so those numbers that you should have right now is around $690 a month is what each kid pays to live in the dorms, but only for 9 months. Well, they do that for 12 months. I messed that up a little bit, but that's the point. They live there for 9 months for the same cost. I'm going to put them in our houses for 12 months, okay? So I know in order to compete with the dorms, I need to be less than that. And the big dog apartment owners, the big deep pockets like O'Reilly Automotive where they invest, they're charging kids almost $790 a month per person to live in some of these apartments that have a pool and a gym and a coffee shop. I don't offer any of that. So I'm not even competing with those guys, all right? So my goal is to set my rate under that $690 mark so they can live with me for a full 12 months for less than what they were paying to live in the dorms. All right, so your rate is your top dollar right on campus, and then as you work your way away from campus, you just start knocking off $25 a head because you're a little bit further away and it takes them a little longer to get to school or whatever you want to call it, but it works fantastic. So you probably can buy houses a mile, 2 miles away from campus, depending on how large your campus is. So my theory is walk or ride a bike within 10 to 15 minutes. They're super excited to live there. So I'm not riding bikes right now, so I don't know how many miles you can go in that time frame, but I'm saying maybe a mile or 2. So I start at 600 actually, not 690, but I start at 600 and then I work my way down, and I have some really far out away from campus and I bring in like 400 a month on those per person. But I bought them for less dollars per month because they're further away from campus. So that is how you set your rental rate. Hope that's helpful.